2 games left in the season. The FA Cup final against Chelsea and the Europa League final against Leverkeusen. The team is tired. We have a player out with a pretty severe injury. We have a player out with a red card. It's going to be a tough ask to win either one of these games. My name is FM19, and this is the Palace March, episode 62. And as tough an ask as it's going to be to win either one of these games, frankly, part of me really doesn't care. And that is because we've only won the league. Not quite sure what that noise was, but who do we have to thank? Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mentioned it last episode. They beat Man United, then Man United beat Villa. And it left us just enough room that if we won our final game against Liverpool, we would win the league. And it was really a close run thing. Holy cow. If we had drawn, Man United would have won on goal differential. We would have been tied for points. And if we had lost, Man United would have won outright. And we would have held on to second place. I said previously there was no way we were losing second place, and I was wrong. The only way we were going to lose second place was if we took first, and that's exactly what happened. But it really was a close run thing. First, we were away at Stoke, and we just absolutely demolished them. Half the team was dying on the field, apparently, but Stoke, for whatever reason, just did not put up a fight. Fagner, a 27th minute goal. Borja, a 42nd minute goal. Ricci, a 51st minute goal. Joe Harris, cherry on top with a goal in the 76th minute. Stoke had more shots, but not as many on target. Minuscule possession advantage. They only had 4 long shots out of their 15 attempted, but for whatever reason, they just could not put it together. The defense was absolutely on it. The midfield was absolutely on it. Fagner, a player of the match award for his performance, although part of me says it should have gone to Harris, who got the start in place of Gubbles. No, who got the start in place of Gubbles. But again, all 3 of my forwards with goals. You know, when that happens, we are a very hard team to beat. We almost threw it away against Liverpool. And to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out how we won this. Borja got an 8th minute penalty kick, and Mirko was sent off for this horror show of a tackle in the 24th minute. Straight red. I mean, there was no doubt about it. Only a blind idiot would have protested his sending off. And then I was so mad at what happened. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I took Borja off to bring on Faraz because I wanted to keep 4 on the back line. And I went to cautious, and Liverpool absolutely surged forward. I think the one thing that helped us was that Mo Salah went out with an injury in the 56th minute. They brought in Aguiar as a replacement. But as you can see, Neka was absolutely brilliant between the sticks. A player of the match performance because Liverpool had 23 shots, 12 on target, although apparently none of them were clear-cut chances or half chances, but he stopped everything that came his way. Sablick and Mepham stepped up. Kirby stepped up. The defense just absolutely locked it down. Everybody else, their goal was to get in the way of Liverpool's offensive movements, and they did a reasonably good job. We had a couple counterattacks that kind of set them on the back heel, but literally, from about the 9th minute on, it was squeaky bum time until the end. The pucker factor was, well, to paraphrase Spinal Tap, it went all the way up to 11 and beyond. I was stunned by this result. Part of me sat here for a good 30 seconds just absolutely like, holy cow, did that just happen? And then I almost screwed up. I went to save the game, and then I clicked cancel for some reason, and I wanted to save the game again, because with my luck, I wouldn't save the game. I'd go forward a couple days, and it would crash, or something would happen, and I wouldn't be able to load it. Oh. The other thing that happened is right near the end of the game, Ricci hurt his heel. He's out for 10 days to 3 weeks. So he's going to miss both the FA Cup final and the Europa League final. Bosankic's going to miss the FA Cup final for sure. The Europa League final, I am not sure about. We've got Chelsea next. And hopefully they're as tired as we are. The one positive that's in our favor is N'Golo Kante probably isn't going to play. He's injured. But Chelsea is one of the teams that we have a losing record against our past 10 games. We've lost 3, drawn 3, and we've lost 4, drawn 3, and won 3, I believe. Premier League champions. It's one of the goals. That was one of the declared goals of this save. So let's see if we can't add a couple cups to that. Oh, you know what? Before that, let's go to a couple of awards. Well, this was kind of interesting. We were positive on the transfer spending. Chelsea was £124 million in the hole. Let's see here. Reached 300 games in management. I won Manager of the Year. Gubbles was named Young Player of the Year. But somehow, in the Team of the Year, Necka and Fagner were the only 2 selectees. Which I think is quite interesting. Fagner apparently has had a really good season. I just haven't paid attention to it because all my focus on the midfield has usually been Tonali. Let's see. We set a record high for points and finish. The $41.38 million we won for achieving first place pretty much wiped out our debt. 4.5 of that went to the guys, went to the squad. The board are happy. The directors will probably vote themselves a bonus. And that was how we did. Now I've got to go and fix this starting 11 here. And then we're going to play Chelsea at Wembley in the FA Cup. Back in a bit. I may have to fiddle around with the box size a little more, but here we are. And here's what got us here. Our 4-3-3. Neck and goal. Kirby, Faraz, Mepham, and Sablik as the defensive back 4. Benasser, Tonali, and Jeff as the midfield 3. Harris, Gubbles, and Mayoral up top as the strikers. And they've got a great team. Half hour in, this is the first highlight. Tonali to Kirby. Over to Jeff. Out to Mepham. Oh, and he bounces his cross off a Chelsea player. Hazard has it now. Crosses it in, but Kirby knocks it away. Sablik is there. Knocks it back to... But Hazard knocks it back to Arp. Musaku crosses it in. Faraz knocks it away up to Delit. That Dutch guy. Danish guy? Oh, I'm just embarrassing myself here. Pulisic, dispossessed by Faraz. His pass is intercepted by Skriniar to Ekman. This is a hell of a long highlight. Arp beat Necka. What happened there? Necka came out and just tipped it. Oh, he was offsides. Oh, God, did we ever catch a break? Kepa, out to Skriniar. Up to Ekman. Dribbles forward to Pulisic. Back to Ekman. Across the center of the field. Out to Hazard on the left. Hazard to Musaku. Back to Hazard. He's got the overlap with Musaku again, but he sends it to Betancourt. Betancourt sends it to Musaku. Back to Betancourt. Up to Hazard. That went in? Holy cow. That was a hell of a goal. Oh, past a diving Necka into the upper right corner of the net. Massive curling effort on that. Oh, right before halftime, too. 8 shots, 5 on target for Chelsea. 3 shots, 2 on target for us. Okay, we're going to have to shake that off. Prove a point. Yeah, nobody really liked that. But you know what? I have faith in you guys. Wagner's going to come on for Tonali, though. I don't want Sandro dying on the field. Benasser to Gubbles. Back to Benasser. To Faraz. All the way back to Neka. You know, we're just going to close that out. We know where we are. Now, somehow Chelsea ended up with the ball. I wasn't paying attention, but Kirby has it now with the long pass. Gubbles to Harris, who's dispossessed. DeLitt back to Skriniar. This is still the kickoff highlight. This does not bode well. Ekman. Long pass. Arp is there. Crap. I really ought to stop saying things like that out loud or this stuff happens. We're going to go to the attack. Now. Ekman, nice long pass to Arp, who never stopped running. Neka just. Fagner. And Kepa with the stop. Ekman knocks it away. Mepham to Jeff. To Fagner. Over to Benasser. Up to Kirby. Crosses it in. Gubbles is there, and it's just wide left. Hazard. Arp. Neka blocks it. Oh, it goes right in front of the goal. Betancourt scores. This is not... Wow, guys, come on. Okay, you know what? We'll watch the highlight here. Neka did well to stop it. Almost got the second attempt in. Okay, well, we turned on the gegenpress. We pushed the defensive line up. We're getting stuck in. Oh, nice, Jeff with the rebound, or the carom off a Chelsea player to slot it past Kepa. Okay. This is almost all-out attack. Hazard, corner kick in, knocked away. Sablik. Over to Mayoral. Crosses to Gubbles. Off Kepa, off a Chelsea player again. He had his chance, but... Okay, we are just short of 15 minutes left, but... Santalis is going to come on for Kirby. Luis is going to come on for Benasser. And we're going to the very attacking. Santalis into Harris, dispossessed. Betancourt has it now. Over to Goretzka. Up to Arp. Got between the defenders. Son of a... Neka to Faraz. To Luis. Over to Fagner. Good grief. I was almost in. You can tell the season's catching up to us. Sablik to Fagner. To Luis. Out to Santalis. Crosses it in. Mayoral right at Kepa. He throws it out to Emerson. Across the field to Ekman. All the way across the field back to Hazard. He centers it in. Murata's there. Neka, nice save. Murata kicks it off of... No, that's Sablik, I believe. Gubbles. Now, Faraz was there, but he couldn't get to it. And that is the game. Wow, what a hell of a time to have a bad game. 21 shots, 13 on target they had to our 11 and 6. Decent possession advantage for them. They're a good team. They have our number. I'm not going to call them a bogey team yet. They have our number. Plus, we had a couple stupid mistakes. I'm not quite sure what Neka was thinking there. Well, everybody gets 2 days of rest. Well, we got Bayer in 4 days, so we're going to be back with that match in just a bit. I don't know what happened. I saved the game, and I looked down at OBS, and I wasn't recording. And I'm positive I started recording. And I'm just Oh my God, what a time to have a brain cramp like this. As you can see, we beat Leverkeusen in the Europa League Final. 1-0 on a Joe Harris goal that I will show you now. And that's after Josh Evangamont, who is probably one of the better defenders in the game, was sent off on a straight red. This is the Harris goal here. I can't believe I did that. I did the press conference and everything. I live-commed the whole thing, and I'm looking at it going... Anyway, Centellas sends it into Lewis, who avoids the tackle. He sends it up to Centellas. Harris heads it. It hits the crossbar and goes in. You know what? Let me show you in the 3D here real quick. And that's what saw us through. Leverkusen had 12 shots, 2 on target, to our 13 and 5. Both teams were just offensively not there. Our defense was better than theirs, and I think that's what saw us through. Vangamon getting sent off in the 52nd minute really helped us. As you see in the 53rd minute, I took off all the players who were not either healthy or had a yellow card on. Bosankic had a yellow card. He got another 2-match ban by the FA, so he's going to miss the first couple of games next season as well as a result of that tackle he had prior to the FA Cup game against Liverpool. But I am absolutely stunned that I did not record this game and my reactions to it. We got $7.63 million for the win. We got $8.74 million for the TV rights. We got $2.43 million for the coefficient. The league got the team got a £7 million payout for it. And I'm really, really hacked off that I've got almost 250 episodes under my belt, and somehow I still managed to screw this up. Jeez. You know what? Let's look at the players. And then I'm going to go find something to drink and drown my sorrows. This minutes a game attribute I really like. And NECA in 52 games played 90.58 minutes. The one extra time game we had is obviously accounting for that. This game's missed is also nice as well. It gives you the number of games a player hasn't played since the last time they played a match. And I believe it's set up for first team. So it's like 5 games since Nketiah started. 5 games since Chris Manning started. Let me go back to position. As you can see, we got a lot of players with a lot of attention on them. PSG is still after NECA. Chris Mepham's wanted by a couple different teams. Sandro Tonali's wanted by Arsenal, but he's not going anywhere. The £104 million release clause is paid to that. Gubbles is wanted by Napoli and Barcelona. Barcelona might be able to meet his release clause. Rico's wanted, he'll be leaving. Luis is wanted, he might be leaving. And then I got a couple other players who are going to be leaving. For whatever reason, Wickham, Wraith, and Fleetwood want Henry Lawrence. I'm more than happy to let him go because he's not going to get any playing time here. Goal-wise, William Gubbles led the team. 32 goals, 18 assists, 7 players of the match. Borja Mayoral, 23 goals, 15 assists, 3 players of the match. Jacopo Ricci, 19 goals, 6 assists, 5 players of the match. Joe Harris, our lone player from Tottenham. 15 goals and 18 starts, 5 assists, a player of the match. Miguel Luis, brilliant signing for us. 39 starts, 11 goals, 9 assists, 6 players of the match. Eddie Nketiah, 6 goals, 3 assists, and 1 player of the match in mostly a sub-performance. Chris Manning, 5 goals in 11 starts. Fagner, and this is why he made the team of the year in the Premier League. 44 starts, 5 goals, 12 assists, 3 players of the match, a 7.16 overall rating. Fagner and NECA were the only 2 players on the Premier League team of the year. Tonali, another solid season for him. 4 goals, 8 assists, 3 players of the match. Jeff, 3 goals, an assist, 2 players of the match in 21 games. Centellas, 2 goals, 5 assists, 2 players of the match. Jake Kirby, 5 assists, 2 players of the match. And DJ Sablik, 4 assists and a player of the match. I'm never gonna live that down, am I? It was insane that I did that. Literally sat here and stared at it for like 5 minutes. And I knew if I was to go back and replay it, Leverkusen would have stomped us like 4-0. But as you can see, as a result of the TV money, etc., 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 we turned a profit this year, £25 million. Just the 4 Premier League losses this season. They came at the end of the year, actually. Most of them. Back-to-back losses against United and Arsenal. Southampton beat us. And then Wolves beat us. Wolves are a fairly good team. And they're just on the outside looking in, a point out of 7th place. Middlesbrough, Watford, and Sheffield United are the teams that are relegated. Fulham and West Ham are being promoted, then Burnley and Leeds United are playing for the final place coming in. Cardiff, relegated all the way down to League One. Wow. Oddly enough, and this was something I was going to mention last episode, it's my 6th season here at Crystal Palace, and I've never been approached for a job interview, which I find interesting. I'm studying for my Continental Pro license. I went to the board and was like, you're paying for me to go get my Continental Pro license? And the board was like, yeah, sure. Still not the best attacking and defending coach, but I tend to put most of my stuff in the mental areas. Man management's gone up, motivating's gone up. I believe I'd have to go back to the beginning and look. Absolutely no domestic player bias whatsoever, because I will sign a good player from anywhere as long as I have the slots for him. William Goals, 32 goals, led the team. Alex Centellas at 7.32 was the highest average rating. Goals had 18 assists and the most player of the match awards. Benasser had the most yellow cards. Bosankic had the 1 red card. 86 goals were the second highest in the league. The 45 goals conceded was 6th best. So I'm into season awards here. Best 11. Still with the club. Felix Udekaiser at Real Madrid. Boubacar Kamara's at Monaco. Meniere's at Milan. I wonder what his career has turned out to be. Let's take a look real quick. He had 1 really good season for us. Paris paid $23.5 million for him. He played half a year there. Somehow they convinced Milan to pay $36 million for him. And he's had 10 goals in 58 games. Okay. Myers at Stuttgart. Ajetti's at Watford. Milivievic that's new. That's got to be a recent move because he was at Inter. 2 seasons at Inter where he barely started, and now he is at Al Ahly Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Okay. Ajetti's at Watford. He had a really good season, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 6 goals, 2 assists, 28 games. That's not bad. That's kind of his production. He had the 1 really good season with us. Meyer. I was really sorry to lose him, but man, that was a quirk in the system that caused that. 1 season at Spartak, then he went to Stuttgart. Yeah, he's been pretty solid there. End of season awards. Goebbels, Player of the Year, followed by Tonali and Luis. Goal of season, Miguel Luis versus Hearts. Oh, this was in the Europa League. Was this the one from about 25 yards out? Benasser to Tonali. Tonali to Luis. Drives forward. Yep. That's the one. Laser of a shot. Man, he's been a find, that's for sure. Goebbels, Young Player of the Season. I'm reasonably sure he's got 1 more year he can win that. Season in review. Solid season. The only thing you can argue with is my fumbling away the Europa League live comp. won the Premier League, lost in the FA Cup final to Chelsea, won the Europa League, lost in the fourth round we care about, but no one really cares about that. 2018 side, where are they now? Yeah, Rita Walls at Napoli, Sorloth at Perugia, Wesley Holt for Southampton, Suarez at Olympiacos, Kouyates at Victoria Pilsen, Zaha's at Huddersfield, Ayu's at Auxerre, Basaka's at Newcastle United. Wayne Hennessy, Scott Dan, and James MacArthur are all retired. James Tompkins is a coach at Crewe Alexandria. I'd bring him to my under 18 teams, but I really want to improve them, and he would not do that. Dynamics-wise, we're doing really good. Plans for next season. I don't know why these guys are down. Qualified for Champions League. Everybody's happy. And that's got to be a bug in the system. Players named the Euro Cup squad of the season: Neka, Tonali, and Gubbles. One thing I did want to highlight as well, the players out on loan. Ben Beachy's had a solid performance. 23 goals, 8 assists, 5 players of the match in 50 games. Justiniano's done really well. Ramsden was very good for Reading. I believe, yeah, they're 10th in the championship. And he started every game for them, I want to say. And with the exception of that little stretch right there. 42 games, 43 conceded, 16 clean sheets for 6.82. So it's a goal a game, and that's not bad. And this is what he looks like now. And he was the free we picked up from Cardiff Met Uni back in the day. If I compare him, well, we're going to compare him to Rico first. And he's already better than Rico speed-wise. He's his equal in a couple other areas. And Rico's a little bit more eccentric, but it's not exactly a good thing when it comes to keepers. If I compare him to Neka, he's a little bit faster than Neka, and you know what? He's 3-star current, 4.5-star potential. So Rico's going to move on. I got teams willing to pay good money for him, and Ramsden will be the backup. Did he get more? He got more caps this year too, I want to say. Yeah, more under 21 caps. Lewis Alexander got next to no playing time. Rainier's had a pretty solid season. 33 starts, 6 goals, 2 assists, 3 players of the match, a 7.05 rating. He's a defensive midfielder who I'm trying to retrain as a midfielder. That's not going too well, but he's young. I'm reasonably sure I can move him on for money if I need to. Let's see. Choi Kwang-hoon. A really good season, actually. 10 goals, 11 assists, 5 players of the match. Brett Sayers, 21 goals, 4 assists, 6 players of the match in 52 games. He'll probably be moving on this offseason as well. It was a brilliant, brilliant season. Marred by my absolute incompetence in not recording the Europa League final. That said, Season 7 is going to be the last season of the Palace March. My goals with this save were to win the Premier League and to win the Champions League. We won the Premier League. We won the Europa League. It's a great accomplishment. But I want to see if we can win the Champions League next season. So that is the plan. We're going to have a busy offseason probably. I'm going to be fending off teams left and right, coming after some of my players. A couple players will probably be moving on. But Season 7 is going to be the last one. And then my series for 2019 is going to kick off. And that should be interesting. It's a Road to Glory series with a team I don't think anybody else is playing. And they have a pretty interesting history. I'm going to leave it with that. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. I can't apologize enough for not recording the Europa League game. Seriously, I've got a bottle of scotch upstairs with my name on it because that was just... winning the Premier League and winning the Europa League are great accomplishments, but stuff like that just really kind of takes the shine off of it. But I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate you all hanging in here till the end. My name is FM19. I thank you for watching.